Okay. Okay, let's start. This is your letter. Okay, initials are fine. There's no problem, except one thing I mentioned to you as well. You have to spare one line. Okay, so this date should be written over here, then one spare line, and then write this, and then you can write together. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, but here you have to spare one line.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is okay. There should be a comma in between. This is okay. I'm writing to refer Mrs. Karen Jackson for Mrs. Jackson is better. Mrs. Jackson for further assessment and management of her anxiety. Initially, Mrs. Jackson. Okay, so your purpose is somehow fine. Just add writing to refer Mrs. Jackson, who is pregnant and has suffering from or has been diagnosed with anxiety. Okay.
Okay.
This is also fine. You can just add Mrs. Jackson, who is pregnant, for further assessment and management of her anxiety. That would be okay. Okay. Initially, Mrs. Jackson reported with mild anxiety. She refused to take medications as or and. Okay, use linking words. As her anxiety improved when baby started sleeping 6. See, you were writing that she had an anxiety, she refused medication, but improved when baby started sleeping. So it means the anxiety came up after birth. So write it down that initially Mrs. Jackson presented as she she gave birth, okay, something like that, whatever the information was written over there. Okay, so you can mention that. And that's why when her baby started sleeping 6 hours every night, her anxiety was improved. Okay, that would be more logical, okay, and reasonable way to write. Okay, but on subsequent visit there was no improvement in condition. Whose condition? On subsequent visit,
In her condition.
Yeah, so there was no improvement in Mrs. Jackson's condition. Whenever you are writing a new paragraph, okay, try to spare one line and then write the name of the patient. Okay, first in the first line, write the name of the patient. In Mrs. Jackson's condition, okay, here, medication refusal. See, now this is not that you do. This is not something that you're unable to write it. The problem is that you're not using linking words and the sentences are quite scattered. Okay, so the information flow is not fine. Okay, if you listen now when I'm reading your paragraph, on subsequent visit there was no improvement in condition, medication refusal. Is it making sense when I'm reading it? Okay, so you have to use the proper linking word. On subsequent visit there was no improvement in Mrs. Jackson's condition as she refused medication. Now see, the flow is there.
Okay.
So you just have to make sure that the flow should be correct. She also discussed that she wants to plan a baby. Now you're talking about baby lifestyle advice were given. Okay, advice was. Okay.
Okay.
And she, as I mentioned, don't just add so many commas and keep on writing the sentence. Try to try to sit down in between. Okay. Take some time off in between, take rest by using full stop. Okay, so she also discussed that she wanted to have another baby. Okay, therefore lifestyle modifications were advised, but she refused. Now you see the flow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to make sure the flow should be correct. It's not that you have written wrong information. It's just that you have not written it in a right way. On this date, Mrs. Jackson presented with a confirmed pregnancy and was anxious that how she will cope up with the baby, or was anxious about coping up with the baby. Okay, for how to cope with the baby, that is also okay, but the other way would be more better.
Okay.
Now let's move forward. On this day, Mr. Jackson presented with worsening of anxiety due to moving to Parkville. Now again, see, I mentioned so many times, this is the day when she's presented at today's visit. So you have to write today, write
Yeah.
this word Today, very beautiful word, okay? Rather than
Hmm.
mentioning date. Today, Mrs.
Yeah.
Jackson attended with worsening. See, don't write attended or with worsening of anxiety. She can't attend with worsening of anxiety. She attended your practice and reported increased anxiety or worsening of anxiety. Okay.
Okay.
Again, the information is correct. The organization is fine. The flow is not good. Mrs. Jackson
Reported with
today.
worsening of anxiety. Would it be better?
Yeah, so see, listen to me. Today, Mrs. Jackson attended the practice and reported or has reported, whatever you want to write, okay, increased anxiety or worsening of anxiety. I'm just giving you different ways to write. Now you have to select the way you prefer, okay? Just giving you some examples. So these are some other ways that you can write, okay? Even if you can write, Mrs. Jackson reported increased anxiety. Today, Mrs. Jackson reported an increase in anxiety. See, this is very short and simple sentence. Okay. So
Okay.
whatever you prefer, there are so many different ways to write it down, but write it in the correct order. Once you are done writing, read your own paragraphs and understand, is there any flow coming up, or or am I breaking my sentences in between? Okay, that will improve your writing. Okay.
Okay. So let's see. So this is okay. So here we were. Okay. She lost interest in her work, family, and relatives. She also complained about poor sleep and appetite. Mr. Jackson requested for home delivery, which was not recommended due to her okay previous pregnancy complications. It's not about recurrent miscarriages. Okay, so recurrent. This is you're going to write up in a next paragraph in the history, not here. So due to her previous pregnancy complication, she has see
Okay.
now this is the problem. Now you're using present tense, but in the previous sentences you're using the past tense. That is not correct. Okay, so that's why I always recommend writing the today's visit in the present tense. Okay, so you can just write everything in the present. Okay. OTC, over the counter multivitamins to prevent miscarriage. Okay, Mrs. Jackson had history, not had, has had, has had a history of two miscarriages back in 2008 and a history of cancer. No, she doesn't have cancer. It's maybe the family, okay, the father. Hypertension and diabetes, history of cancer, hypertension and diabetes. See, just end your sentence here. Now it's really confusing. If for me, for the reader as well, be very clear. Mrs. Jackson has a history of two previous miscarriages back in 2008. Okay. She also has a significant family history of hypertension, diabetes, and cancer. This is what we're going to about. History of the above. Your further assessment and management of her ongoing medical condition will be handled. Okay, that's it. So that's it.